I'm the host of Talking with Famous People. Today I bring you one weird stream to always make you happy. And that's, pretty cool, obviously. Wait, no, that's not what I want to do. I want to go here, and I want to go here, and I want to go. It's still not showing up. I still don't see it on my channel. Anyway, there it is. All right, now I found it. So, can I really make you always happy? Yes, I can. I have that power. Hi, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights. Good morning. I see you decided to become happy by visiting this stream. Hi, Simple Girl 357. I'm more sours, really, in a lot of ways. Sometimes I'm sweets. But, sweets will give you cavities. So, you gotta watch out for that. Nobody's happy when their tooth hurts because they have a cavity. Keep that in mind. That's an important message I'm sharing with you today. Also, another important message I'm sharing: always wash behind your ears when you take a shower. It's easy to forget to wash back there, but you'll be happier if you do. These are pieces of advice that I'm giving today. I'm doing fine. I slept my ass off last night. I slept so much sleeps. And then when I got up, I watched my two cartoons that come out today that I wanted to watch. Lady Elise and uh, Classroom of the Elite. And then, in a wonderful turn of events, hello, my beloved Rachel. I heard you talking with your mother upstairs. How did that go? Anyway, your ears start stinking. They might start stinking. That's possible too. Well, it's like I go back here and I feel, see if it's greasy. If it is, then I obviously need to clean behind my ears. Weird streams are made of these. I neither want to abuse you, use you, or be used by you. What are those about? What about? Weird streams? Well, this weird stream is about God knows what. It's about a lot of different things. It's about loving, living, learning, and laughing. My job in life is to do this, and your job in life is to be made happy by it. Okay, so as long as we understand our respective jobs, everything should be fine. Oh, what are those cartoons that came out about? Well, the first one is about a lady who's actually on her seventh life. And in her sixth life, she was a very effective doctor slash surgeon in Japan. Now, in her seventh life, she's back to the magical world. I'm sorry, Sleazy One. I am so sorry. That's not going to make you happy, is it? And that's my job. Um, anyway, she's now back in her fantasy world. Her seventh life is back in the isekai world, and she's on tap to marry the crown prince, but she wants to be a doctor instead of marrying him. And anyway, her the way she's handling things across the board is opening doors for women in the fantasy world. It may sound like kind of a gay concept, but it's actually really good. It's super good. Hi, Count Dookie. If I were to count my Dookies this morning, the count would be two. No, I've never read Mein Kampf. Maybe I've read little bits of it before. Uh, you know, it doesn't really matter what his story is, right? My struggle, oh, it doesn't really matter what his struggle is to me. Wait, is that a big plate of weed? That is what I like to call health fuel, okay? That's just my breath because it's cold in here. So you can see my breath. Um, One thing that this morning brings to my attention is the fact that I need to do one of two possible things. You got you got timed out on the glass hippie live. I mean, what do you expect when you're dealing with a glass hippie? Their feelings are as tender as a wound with lemon juice on it. Just your name, I'm sure Sleazy Juan was like, I'm just a glass hippie and I'm very easily offended. What a terrible name for a channel. The glass hippie. Oh, God. Who would want to self identify as a hippie? If I microwave this, I would just ruin it. Those guys were on meth. Well, good for them. Good for them being on meth. It gives you lots of enthusiasm to talk on a live stream, I'm sure. And, oh, they're hypocrites. Well, that's not good. I'm not a hypocrite. I will tell you that for sure. You can call me lots of things, but I am not a hypocrite, all right? Before I pooped this morning, I was going to say to Rachel when she got up, honey, can you make me a salad? Because for whatever reason, I don't, I don't make my own salad. I'll make a lot of things. Well, just that's where the term hippie came from. Well, I'm not saying you're a hypocrite. Well, Megan, I didn't think you were saying I was a hypocrite. Um, I was just responding to the notion that some people are hypocrites by saying, at least that's one critique I can feel fairly safe from. Uh, there's a lot of ways you could critique me, like lazy, unproductive, useless, things like that. But hypocritical, no. Ah, wow. So my friend Jeffrey, who's a high school kid, I just call him my friend. I guess they pay me when I work with him sometimes still. I don't even know. Him and his family are our friends, you know. His parents both play in the LA Philharmonic. They played violin and viola for us here at our wedding. And I've worked with both of their kids. I coached Jeffrey in debate, etc. You know. Well, he's in his senior year of high school now, and he is reading this book.
I've never read that book.
I've never read this book either.
And you still haven't.
I still haven't. And they said to me, Jeffrey's like, do you think maybe you could read it in the next couple of days?
Yeah.
And I just said, well, Jeffrey, I'd say that's very unlikely. I know you sent me the book, but I told you from the outset that I was unlikely to read it.
Oh, your sister's here. That's good.
Because I don't, it's like I'm not in high school. I don't want homework where I have to read a book that I don't want to read. I was assigned this book in high school myself, and I didn't read it then either. JC, how's it going today? It is going fine. River Rat, hello. I'm here to make you happy. Bob UFO says, "Do you like to eat seafood or lake food?" I don't really like to eat either kind of food, um, because both kinds of food comprise fish. Occasionally, I'll have delicious fish. Rachel and I went to this one super fancy restaurant in um, Oakhurst one time. It's called the Elderberry House. It's the fanciest restaurant in like 3 counties. Okay, they don't have you don't order things off of a menu. They have a preset menu. Anyway, when we ate there, and it was for I believe Rachel's birthday, uh, we had trout roe, which is trout eggs, caviar, and also halibut were part of the meal. All three of those things, and they were all absolutely fantastic. So sometimes you can make great stuff out of food you don't like. Megan says, "Hey, I salute anyone who can smoke pot and carry on a conversation. Badass in my book. I miss the old days pot that had seeds in it." Yeah, I miss that too. We have all of this weed and no seeds. How did Rachel and I meet? Rachel hired me to type her, actually. Prior to which, I knew her simply as somebody from the chat and somebody who commented and stuff. When I was single and looking for a new woman, I actually like checked on her channel and I looked at her and I said, "Okay, she's too young. She's obviously in her 20s, mid 20s or something." But then when I typed her, she went out of her way to make it clear to me that she was 34 actually. And so then I was like, "All right, well, let me see if I can talk to this chick some more." So I asked her to give me a tarot reading. And then I invited her to come out to LA. And then basically the rest is history. Now we're married. I got really lucky to get to be with. Happy birthday, Uncle Donnie. Happy birthday to you. May you have the best birthday in history. May this live stream make your birthday unbelievably satisfying and get you into a state of unrelenting happiness. Um, so the thing about that is what I've come to understand since is it was a perfect way to get a woman. Because even when I was in another relationship prior to this one, she was commenting on the channel, chatting with me. She liked me just as a YouTuber, as a person or whatever. That's a real leg up if you're going to get into a relationship is if you know somebody has been tuning into you, watching you for a long time, making positive comments on your videos, liking your music and commenting on it, which, meant a lot to me. Well, then there's a decent chance that she actually likes you. There's a decent chance. Love, I see. Well, tricky subject here in general. I am. We're not explicitly and only talking about love. We just asked how Rachel and I got together, and I'd say that it was perfect. Rachel's now 39. I'm 52. I still get asked all the time, "Is that my daughter?" Here on the stream, but I'm super glad with how everything worked out. Yeah, I'm halfway to 104. Pretty soon I'll be halfway to 106. Thanks, James Day. We do get along incredibly well. We never fight about anything. Oh, they do all the time. Link 1111. Yeah, you arrived just on the exhale, Michael Patrick Bernier. It's like, for me, one of the reasons that I sometimes want a life dream is it's like, okay, I'm ready to sesh, you know? Megan's got a 27-year-old, a 24-year-old, an 11-year-old, and a grandchild who's 6. Megan, why did you wait 13 years between children? That's crazy. That must have been an accidental child, I'm guessing. I can't imagine that being an on-purpose child. You're 11-year-old. Okay, so you're 45 and you have a 27-year-old. You had that kid at 18. And then you had another one at 21. And then you had another one at 34. And she has a grandchild who's 6.
Wow.
Wow. I'm impressed, Megan. I am impressed.
I threw out the big thing of lettuce because I found pieces that weren't good.
Okay, that's fine. We have new lettuce, so it's fine.
Okay. I'm making you a salad.
Oh, I don't really want one right now.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
I was saying if I hadn't pooped, that's what I was going to ask you to do.
Oh.
But I did poop this morning.
I didn't even start it yet.
Okay,
so.
great, cool. Military family, says Megan. Rachel sounds like an amazing woman. She is an amazing woman. She's my hero. I have one child who's 25. Yes, surprise. I'm sure that's what the 11-year-old was, Megan. Surprise! I don't want that surprise at all. I have a 25-year-old, and Rachel's still in her breeding years, but I am very much not into the idea of having another child. Now,
Well, you're not really in the idea of having a child either, right?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not into the idea of having another child.
Okay.
I was saying about me, not about you.
Oh, okay, yeah. We're on the same page.
Yeah, I think Rachel's on the same page. We have enough trouble with our cats, you know.
Yeah.
Megan's been married 27 years. That's amazing, Megan.
Wow, that is.
I've been married in total, let's see, about 15 years. But I've only been married I've been married in total about maybe 12 years. But I've only been married to Rachel for less than 1 year. But we've been together for 4 years plus now, 4.5 years. Yeah, she's in her breeding years. That means pre-menopause. Now, you know what, Megan? You still potentially could get pregnant again. I don't think it's too late for you. You're 45. I think you and your husband should really go crazy, and 11 years after your latest child, have yet another one. What do you think? What do you think? That story would be even better than your current story. Hi, Lou. Chickens, dogs, cats. You have all those animals? I mean, we have 2 cats. No, if we wanted to death flag her with the children, we'd say, there's no way in hell Megan's gonna have another child now. That's what you have to do if you want to death flag her properly. Okay? Anime has taught me that. For those who've never seen it before, let me just introduce you to Eric and Rachel's, although I'm really the one who set it up. But Eric and Rachel's ultimate home coffee station. Just take a look at this. Oh yeah. Fresh, hot, percolated coffee right from the tap. Right from the cow's teat. And then got your creamer right here. We're going to pour that in. Make a nice creamy surprise. I like a lot of creamer because I'm smart. Now, you You might think, wow, that's creamy, Eric. You're done. No, I'm not, friends. No, I'm not. Because it's not creamy enough yet. Not until I add heavy cream, natural heavy cream. Now, now we're talking about a cream explosion. There are certain things I always ask Rachel to make when I want them. Only a few things, but anytime I want a salad, I have decided I can't make salads myself. So I always ask Rachel for that. Or same with cup of noodles. I can't make cup of noodles myself, so I always ask Rachel to do that. Well, thanks, Megan. What a wonderful person you are. People bully me for being born February 31st. Well, this year that would be March 2nd. Most years it would be March 1st. I hear if mating early in the morning sparks makes magical moves lol. You mean that if you mate in the morning, you're more likely to produce a child? Is that what you mean by that? What can you cook, or do you just not cook? No, I cook most things that we eat, actually. I cook much more frequently than Rachel. Although she cooks sometimes too, but when she cooks, she microwaves microwavable dinners, and I do that too sometimes. But I'll cook fried rice is one of the things I cook. Sausage fried rice. One of the things I cook is pizza, where I make dough, I roll it out, and I put tomato paste on it, and make pizza like that. You know. One thing I cook, and we'll probably start today, in fact, because it's one of the chores I have to do. Because I either have to choose some doors or do some chores. Um, One of the chores I have to do today is I need to make a pot roast in the crock pot. That's a good thing to make, easy to make. I have the ingredients for and will at some point make, although I have not yet ever made this for Rachel. But Eric's patented good tuna melts. Okay. Eric's patented good tuna melts. Well, we actually have a barbecue now. Um, so I could do steaks and stuff, but we haven't had a grill. But the house we bought, it has a grill. We could bring it over here if we wanted to. Anyway, uh, Eric's patented tuna melts, and they're not really patented. Okay, so just for the record, you can make them yourselves without violating my patent. Eric's patented tuna melts are done like this. First, you get your cans of tuna, okay, and you open them. Now, let's say you're making sandwich for two people, because I'm going to open two cans of tuna here. Just one can of tuna if it's for one person. So you take your cans of tuna, you make it open, and then you take that metal part that's left, and you squeeze all the juice out of it. Okay. So you push the can like this with the metal thing open but still on it, and you squeeze all the juice out of it. You don't want any of that tuna juice. So, and once you squeeze all the juice out of the tuna, you get a pan, put a little butter in there and make it, oily at the bottom. And then you put the tuna in there like that. And then you put your cheese. Ideally shredded cheese because it melts faster. But if you don't have shredded cheese, just cut up your cheese into small chunks. And then you melt that all together, just like that, in the pan, okay? And then, when it's all melted together, you squirt some ketchup on top of it. And then you smush that all around, make it all fried up, okay? Then you get your bread. And if you want to be super restaurant style, here's a trick I've never tried, but I learned recently. Spread a little bit of mayonnaise on the sides of the bread that are going to be fried, and it'll make it taste like more restauranty. Anyway, but then you put it in between the breads, and then you put more butter in the pan, and you fry it on both sides with the breads like that. And then it's ready to eat. And if it's not ketchupy enough, you can still put more ketchup on it. Is it kosher? I don't know if it's kosher or not. I think you're not supposed to mix cheese and fish and in kosherness. Maybe I'm not sure. But I will make that soon enough. Yeah, well, I haven't made it in a long ass time, Lou. Uh, but I don't like mayonnaise, but I like that idea where you put a little bit of mayonnaise on each bread on the side that you're going to fry. I lived a stretch of my life where I was one meal a day person. It was usually about 1 in the morning at Denny's. But, you know, I'm not like that anymore. Now I need to eat regularly. Rachel says one day she's going to make lasagna and manicotti for us. She has to get the recipes from her mom. That sounds good. I should tell you, Rachel, that I got manicotti at the store this time. We get these frozen dinners called Michelangelo's, and they've got several different kinds of frozen dinners that we get. And the reason we get them is in large part because they are one step. You just put it in the microwave for a meow amount of time and it's done. And we get manicotti, lasagna, and chicken parm. I love the manicotti, but they don't always have it. They did this time. I got 4 of them. All right, so doors to chew. We have doors to chew. I know we don't really feel like chewing doors right now. But there's some dishes I need to wash that, Rachel generally does the dishes, but things that are too big for the dishwasher, I am responsible for washing. So I've got a big pot in there, and I have. Oh, I do live cooking quite a bit. We'll do that this morning. It's one of the chores I have to do. I'm gonna make that pot roast. And what I like to do when I'm cooking is live stream and pretend like I'm teaching other people how to cook things, even if it's something very easy, like here's how you boil water. Because I don't know why, my whole life I've always wanted to just explain things to people. Even when I was a little kid, in my pretend fantasies, I'd be on a stage explaining stuff to people. That's how into explaining things to people I am. So, I think the only way I'm going to wash these dishes is if I explain to you how to wash the dishes. Okay? You mean there's currently room in the dishwasher for the Pyrex? It's completely true as well. Those were many of my fantasies as a child. Was me being asked to explain things to people and then explaining and then going like, "Wow, thank you for explaining that. Here's some third slot FE for you." All right, well, Rachel is suggesting something that's a lot wiser than what I had in mind, I think. This idea that maybe, just maybe, I could put this in the dishwasher. Like this thing is easy to clean. In general, I would say silver is easy to clean. Stuff seems to not stick to it very much. This is silver from the silver set, Because unlike most people who happen to have a silver set, probably they inherited like us, we actually use our silver as our main silverware. Why not, right? Why not use the actual silver as your main silverware? Other people, they like put it away and then they use these lesser forks. Why use lesser forks when you have silver that you inherited? And you know, that's from my grandma, right? Back in my grandma's day, people would compile a silver set. They'd order pieces of silver one at a time from catalogs, and they choose their design or whatever that they wanted. Like my grandma chose that design. I'll show it more to you in a second. And then, every month they'd order another piece of silver or another part of the whole complete set. So, like, my grandma got far enough along in completing her silver set that we have things like little shrimp forks for shrimp cocktail, which turn out to be extremely useful. We buy these containers of olives from the deli part of the supermarket that have olives and feta cheese in it. It's like a little olive salad or whatever. Anyway, those little forks are a perfect way to eat that so that you don't even have to serve it out of the container, but you don't end up like putting your fingers in it. Big forks are too big, they're perfect. It has these great little drug spoons that I don't know what they're for exactly originally, but they're great for like you grind up a bunch of weed and you can just scoop out a little bit of the weed like a bomb hit's worth with these little spoons. I like them. Alright, I'm making progress. Look at me go, everybody. I've got the Pyrex clean. Oh, I know. Maybe it would have been more efficient to just put it in the dishwasher. But instead, I cleaned it with my hands. So, now I need to clean the lid. It has a little bit of sugary goo on it from the cinnamon rolls I made before. And speaking of things you can make, there is a video that I linked to on the community tab of the channel that is a video called The Cinnamon Roll Hack That Broke the Internet. I can tell you, we have tried this on a couple of occasions now. And it is indeed a way to make delicious cinnamon rolls. I must say, it's not cheap though. Heavy cream's expensive. Whipping cream. Whipping cream is expensive, It's even more expensive than heavy cream. You can do it with heavy cream too. It's a little bit cheaper. Okay. Now I have washed and dried this casserole dish. I have a song that I've made, it's on the channel, called Fuck Yeah Casserole. And I believe it to be perhaps the most pro-casserole song that you're going to be able to easily find anyway. So, if you're ever in the need of a pro-casserole song, consider channel searching for Fuck Yeah Casserole. Alright, so these casserole dishes go back there, down there. That's where they go. We've got this great thing where inside of our mirrors, there are these little pull-outs, right? To make it easier to get stuff. Isn't that nice? Okay, what's next? Next, we have to wash a pot. Which pot? The rice pot. I made fried rice the other day. Ergo, there's a rice pot that needs to be cleaned. I like to use this pot to make rice because it's the best pot we have. But it's also, another good reason to use this pot to make rice is that it's so deep that it won't boil over. You don't want your rice to boil over. That'll mess it up. Because then you're messing up your water time heat ratio. Rice is a finicky friend, you know. Rice is kind of like an INFP. It won't come out to play unless you've got things set up just right. But anyway, this pot cleans easy. Of course, you gotta let the rice soak a bit because otherwise it'll take. This is just staining on the bottom of the pot. There's no getting rid of it. The pot I brought from my parents' house, like pretty much all of our pots and pans. But this one I brought because it's fancy. Like, these pots are really expensive. I'm not sure what it's made out of, but you know, it's from Belgium. You just know that things from Belgium are expensive. Can you just imagine some like fancy person being like, all my pots are from Belgium. Excuse me, all my pots are from Belgium. Alright, good enough. It's just gonna get dirty again anyway. I should put this in a different place. There, good enough. Okay. I got all these cabinets, but I want to put everything right there. I just want to put all of the things right here. Because that's where I stand to do stuff, you know. I got this pan, which I wouldn't even call dirty. I just made fried rice in it. I just yeah it out like that, you know. Just wipe it down. Do the old wiperoo. Doesn't even need soap or water or anything really. Good enough. I'll just use it again for the same thing probably. I don't have a lot of variation in my dishes. Okay, well, now we're really cooking with gas. We're really making some progress. We're really chewing some doors. I think that may mean that it's time for a refreshing health tube. I'm pleased. I'm proud of myself. Good job, Eric. You cleaned those dishes. All right, let's see here. Do you believe in our lifetime we will see aliens, the real one? I don't, actually, and I'll explain why in a second. Solus of Lyra says, soak it in bicarb of soda overnight. The stain will come right off. Maybe I'll try that, Solus of Lyra. I don't know if I have any bicarbonate of soda. Is that baking soda? What's the normal name for bicarbonate of soda? He breached away into a solo career in the adult film industry under the name Rick the Rod, but he had to retire early due to him causing so many injuries to the women upon penetration. Who are you talking about? Me? That's certainly not the case. O underscore zero, or is it the other way around? Zero underscore O, I'm not sure. Hi, I got a question, super random, but let's hear what it is. I don't believe in aliens because I don't believe in faster than light travel. Baking soda. Simple Girl agrees rice is tricky. And she says, I've become an expert in making rice for her pups. I have been an agent of casserole this whole time. That's why I wrote the song, Fuck Yeah Casserole. Okay? If you could, would you another child, Megan? I want to know too. Bye, Megan. She's gone. Bob, that guy gave half the student body of his college chlamydia. Who, me? Definitely not. I was, you know, uh, I didn't consider myself reproductively viable at all. And therefore, I really wasn't. I was very much push shy, you could say. Very much a beta male. Aliens don't make sense because they would, that would require faster than light travel. I don't understand how that could happen. If there were aliens that visited us at all, why haven't they been visiting us this whole time? And why would we have so little definitive evidence on it? Willy Wonka is Chlamydia Man? Oh, Johnny Depp. Okay. Well, that makes a lot more sense than you talking about me. Yeah. I don't doubt that Johnny Depp is, neck deep in puss. And probably always has been. Eric is more like the, I've always been a little bit more like, I'll show you when we go outside, okay? I'll show you what I'm more like. Instead of like Johnny Depp. You know, Johnny Depp likes to cosplay his own movie characters, like dress up as Edward Scissorhands and stuff. Isn't that weird? Okay, so I was always more like this. If hi, I was much more like that. Which, I don't know if you're aware of this, but most chicks don't find that to be particularly alluring. Maybe alluring is not the right word. It's not the most virile expression of masculinity, is it? I tell you what, since we're outside, I've said this, let's do this. Most of the times we come outside while we have it, because most of the year we don't have this. It's time to look at and listen to the stream on the stream. So we're going to go over here. And I'm going to zoom in so that you can see the stream. There it is. Can you see it? You should be able to see it moving a little bit. I don't have my glasses with me. So I don't know if you can see it moving or not. But There's a stream down there. Oh, you know what? Maybe we can see it over there. The sun's kind of glistening up a bit more over there. Maybe up there. You see that part? You see it in a few different places, but I don't know if you can see it really at all because I have to zoom in. It's kind of far away. I mean, it's not that far away really, but it's just down the hill here. And it goes down the gully there, down that way. It's a gorgeous sky today. Partly cloudy, a mix of white, gray, and blue with varying shades of brightness in the white. Some of them almost bursting with the yellow of the sun. We got our Christmas tree from this hillside this year. I guess we probably will next year too. Still have a lot of these. They're called grand firs. They're not. They look like Douglas firs, but they're actually called grand firs. And the reason you can tell they're a grand fir is they've got flat needles rather than needles all around. That's what I read anyway. The needles of a grand fir right here as well, right in front of us. It's got kind of this grayish trunk, which you can see right there. This tree right in front of me is a grand fir. This tree right here is a sequoia. And you can tell redwoods and sequoias, they have these kind of needles. They aren't really needles, you know. They're like little bunches of mini needles that make a leaf, kind of. We also have a maple tree. We have a variety of maple trees around here. I mean, not a variety of different kinds, although there may be that as well. But I mean, we actually have quite a few maple trees around here. But like they don't have any leaves on them yet in spring. This tree right to the side of the sequoia is actually a maple tree right there. And then we also have oak trees, two different kinds of oak trees. This cut down tree that's still growing out a new tree, that's one kind of oak tree, the kind that loses its leaves in the winter. And back there, the tree right there is called a California oak. It's got these little waxy leaves with little pokers on them. The biggest tree around here, I don't know what kind of tree it is. I don't know what it's called. It's back there. That's the trunk of it. That tree is incredibly tall, like just shockingly tall. We still have a little snow on our deck here, as you can see. Anyway, the tree I'm talking about, the one that's the tallest one up there, very straight, and I don't know what kind of tree that is, but it's like its branches with leaves on it don't even start till way up high. It's super tall. And as you see, it's got kind of an odd kind of leaves and stuff on it, you know. Oh yeah, I don't know what kind of tree that is. This is a chair. Specifically, it's a green chair, and it's got two friends hanging out over here. It's got a third friend over there. This wine bottle stuck in the middle of that big spool is what I like to call nature's perfect ashtray. And what you see here in the snow, actually, are turkey prints. Those three line things, those are turkey prints. We had a bunch of wild turkeys here yesterday. Hey, there's my copy. I'm glad I saw it in the camera. Forgot about you, Mr. Copy. Well, I'm hoping we have to go to Oakhurst today to deposit a check. To wait till the mail comes to see if that's the case. Let's go inside and see what's been going on with the chat. I'm sure a variety of exciting topics have been broached that need my commentary badly. So we'll do that prior to beginning our next door chew. Maricela Vallejo's back. She'd definitely eat turkey ass, huh? I've thought about it. You know, if right around Thanksgiving, for example, I saw some turkeys in the front yard, it's conceivable that I would. I mean, I don't know if I have it in me really, but I thought it would be cool if they just have me turkeys like walking around the day before Thanksgiving. See, I'd have to have already not bought a turkey as well. Anyway, maybe a few days before Thanksgiving, I might try to get my rifle out and shoot it and pluck it and eat that turkey. It's conceivable, you know. Well, Winston's mom, it's a big check, so I'm gonna go down to the bank and deposit it. Makes me feel more comfortable. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have it in me to shoot a turkey, really. I don't know. I'm a pretty gentle guy. Things things make me cry easy enough. I like to have the killing of my turkey very remote from my experience of eating it. Maybe that makes me a pussy. I don't know, but I'm a soft and gentle boy whose feelings are easily hurt. And Simple Girl 357 says plucking feathers is very stinky. Well, can't you isn't there some method where you're supposed to steam it or something first to get the pin feathers out? Well, we don't have any gardens or flower beds around here, and really nobody does. Everybody's Nobody has fences either. It's just, you know, it's just the forest and houses. So that's nice. Now, we are going to at some point have weed growing here. I need to buy seeds. Um, but I'm not too worried about the animals getting all up in my weed plant. No, not really. People, I mean, you'll see an occasional person with like some a flower bed or something like in one of those like long rectangles like that. But I know what I'm doing too, Karen Dookie. I've grown weed plenty of times before. But thank you for the offer. I appreciate it. Uh, Luther Frost wants to know, TF did I get here? What you got was the stream that is guaranteed to always make you happy. I'm going to be doing both in the ground and in pots. In the ground ones, I will just, I'll just water them with the hose. That's my irrigation system. I grow it in dirt, not in some sort of extra weird growing medium. And the best thing you can do is to put a dead fish at the bottom of your either large pot or the hole in the ground that you plant the plant into, right? And you just water it with a hose. Have I ever considered building out of mud like those internet videos? I haven't seen those internet videos where you build out of mud. Yes, there have been plenty of occasions when I've felt like, ooh, I want to do this fun, exciting thing that I see on TV or YouTube, like make my own kiln out of rocks and mud. But you know what the truth is? Every time even begin something like that, it turns out to be more difficult than it ever looks on the TV. Tuba Kitchen and Vlogs. I am fine. Thank you very much for asking me how I am. And please support me, Sar. I don't know what please support me, Sar means, but uh, that's fine. So, I mean, there are things that I could do. Like currently, I could, uh, I could, in theory, run some sort of tube from the. There's this one thing that drips water out the side of the house, like hot water all the time. It basically releases condensation. I could direct that stuff, that water, to something that would conceivably water a plant or whatever. But my thing is, I like taking care of my plants. I don't mind watering them, and I, I'm. It's not that difficult for me to find time to water them or whatever. So, yeah. But it is the case that it's unfortunate that we never get weed with seeds in it, you know? The biggest factor looked over on drip line is the pressure reducer regulator filter. You're much into irrigation. Well, the most important issues we currently have in our country as a whole, not only in Florida, is our understanding of local politics. I believe it should be taught in school that our local politics are, well, I agree for not found that local politics are informative, should be informative to everybody about how politics work in general. I think engagement in local politics ideally undermines platypusing. Well, by and large, I think I align with your isolationist sentiment. However, it's also the case that we don't want to just sit back and watch the triumph of authoritarianism over free and civil societies. We have to be very careful and specific about where and when we act and why, you know. But I wouldn't be probably as fully isolationist in my perspective as you are. Okay. Well, already, Bob UFO, I can tell it is going to be much easier to simply water my plants with a hose like a normal person does. The thing is, the ground in like the back here, where I plant them in the ground, it's not very good soil for growing. It's very clay heavy. So I'm gonna have to dig out some pretty big holes, fill them with potting soil before I, put a fish at the bottom before I plant the plants. Okay, Maricela Viejo, you love the poor so much and it makes you so sad. Well, that's why you should try not to pay attention to things that make you sad. I agree, Bob, that your way of watering things is cooler than my way. But it's already breaking my brain, and you've only been talking about it for 2 minutes. You talk about you found Eric's dumb spot, okay? Hold on a second. Regulators, filters, we have to what now? You look like a gay trucker. Have you known a lot of gay truckers, CN? I'm not a trucker at all, so it's not possible for me to be a gay trucker. And I'm also not gay, so it's not possible for me to be a gay trucker. Uh, Rachel and I, my wife, Rachel and I we do comprise a gay couple, but uh, individually we're each heterosexual. Thanks, Maricela Vallejo. I love my house too. I feel very fortunate to be here. It's a wonderful place that makes me happy. And when I go outside, I just think, I can't believe I live here. I still think that all the time. It makes me emotional. It's just such a wonderful community too. It's not just yeah, the house is fantastic. Um, no, I don't need a ride, and no, thank you regarding your offer. Uh, Simple Girl has horses out on pasture. You have to move the water every day. Well, do you give them hay to eat? So you built an irrigation system but no garden? Well, you're ready to go, like you said, in case you decide you want to grow something. That kind of stuff is hard for me, man. Because what it requires is precise planning and execution. There are two ways of doing things, kind of. You either you're either executing a plan or you're playing around with it. If you think about it in cooking, right? Baking is you're executing a plan as precisely as you can. Whereas you make a stir fry, you're just tossing in different ingredients, trying it this way, adding a little bit of this. I'm gonna try some peanut butter this time, make it kind of Thai. I like shit like that where you get your hands in it and mush it around and figure out how to make it go. I like pliable things that you can easily fix mistakes with. But TE stuff like setting up an irrigation system, well, you have to have a clear plan. You might need to research what the best way to do it is. It's like, that's all so hard and boring. So, that's not my that's not my gig. It's not my cup of tea. Does everybody have a cup of tea? And why is it a cup of tea represents the thing you like? That is or is not my cup of tea. I blame the British for that expression. Those tea lovers are always making everything about tea. What did the British do before they found India and all the tea? What did they drink before then? Huh? What did the British drink before they found tea from India? Yeah, it's definitely not my cup of tea. But I want to know, and Corey and Eric's want to know, do you think that before tea, British people just drank cups of hot water? What do you think? Who agrees with me? The irrigation systems for my yard is frustrating. The pump, the sprinkler heads get clogged. Well, you got to mow the grass regularly, or the grass overgrows the sprinkler heads. If you have pop up ones, sometimes they don't pop up. Miggity meow, meowgity mew. You know, they had herbal tea. I have to go eat. Which queen or king ruled when they took over tea? Is this Fortnite? Yeah, I'm playing Fortnite right now. Pow pow, pow pow pow. I mean, stab stab, stab stab stab. Drip is pretty easy compared to designing a system for a lawn. For example, if you want your plant to have 1 gallon of water, you put 2 gallon per hour emitters and run it for 15 minutes. Good to know, Bob. That's good to know. Of course, when I water my plants, I have no idea how many gallons of water I'm putting on them. I make no attempt to measure how much water I'm putting on them. I just water them until they seem watered. But I really do appreciate this extended discussion of irrigation options. Not a topic I ever expected to cover here in this stream. Certainly, it gives me an opportunity to say, here's something I don't know anything about. So, if you want an explanation about irrigation systems, I'm the wrong person to ask. However, I've got good news. It seems we have the right person to ask here right now today, Bob. He is an actual expert on irrigation systems. The feds raided your grow house last night. Luckily, you weren't home. Well, I'm not going to have any grow house, right? I'm just going to grow a couple plants in the ground, a couple in pots. Not anything for the feds to be concerned about, I live in California, so you don't ever act like you know if you don't. Pretty much never. Maybe occasionally, but no, I don't. Fort? What are you talking about? Fortnite? It's pronounced Fort. What do you think it's pronounced as? Forte? Oh, you mean that's not my forte? No, it's pronounced forte. That's ridiculous. It's not pronounced fort. Okay, goodbye, Maricela Vallejo. You are the purveyor of periods. Okay, I get it now, Ruben. I understand now. But I say, no, you're wrong. It's pronounced forte. When used like that. Like, that's not my forte. I'm ridiculous. All right. Well, I agree that I have no reason to believe it's pronounced forte, except that's how I've always heard it pronounced and how I've always pronounced it. So I'm going to look it up. I'm going to Google it, and we're going to find out, Ruben, who's right and who's wrong. Maybe you are correct. Maybe I am correct.
Forte. 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 Forte.
Forte. Forte. Forte. Forte. Forte. Forte. Forte. I think we know how it's pronounced now, huh? It's pronounced forte. So, get over it, sister. You just better get over it. Just because it's on Google doesn't make it right, Eric. Okay, fine. All right, so I'm going to pull another health bowl, and then what I'm going to do is make a pot roast. I'm going to teach you all how to make a pot roast, okay? In a second. UWU, the University of Wisconsin University, is happy to present to you today how to make a pot roast. All right, pot roasting. Here we go. So, well, you know what we need to do first to make a pot roast? Something you're going to find a little surprising. I'm going to go to my liquor cabinet? Yes, I actually have a liquor cabinet. Why? Well, because we had wedding here and stuff like that, and we have leftover liquor. I brought wine from my dad's house. Okay, the first thing we got to do before we even make a pot roast, and this is going to be a little gross for everybody, but mostly for me, is I have to clean the cat box. Because the cats just love going to the bathroom so much. I just always got to go to the bathroom all the time. I'm one of Eric's cats. Well, this is obviously trouble urine. Trouble urine is like, you know, a super big gulp of cat piss. This is not my favorite activity. Okay. So scoot that around like that. And then, let me see now. Scoop right in here. Okay. Then we'll sweep up Trouble's. God damn it. There. We'll sweep up Trouble's little extra mess he likes to make. Because he has never figured out the proper order of operations for a litter box. He believes that the first step is to make a lot of cat litter come out of the litter box. Then to shit and not bury it. That's his MO. Right, what are we out here for? We were not here to clean up cat shit. We were here instead to get some alcohol. Let's get retarded in here. Let's get this. This is too good of a wine to use. 1989 Fetzer Bellier's Cabernet Sauvignon. Somebody needs to drink this wine. I can't cook with that. I don't really have any wine I can cook with. What about this? This also is too good to cook with. I don't know what year it is. It doesn't say on it, I don't think. Taylor Flatgate, First Estate Reserve Porto. Well, do I have any wine I can cook with here? What's this? Estancia, 1988. I can't cook with any of these old wines. It would just be, I feel like, they just aren't cooking wines, right? Josh Lodi Cabernet Sauvignon Reserve. Didn't say the year on it, I don't know. But it looks too good to cook with. I could cook with like a white wine. I could cook with this one. 2017 Monterey County Chardonnay. White wine kind of sucks ass anyway. But the thing is, you really need red wine for a pot roast. What's this? This is white. Sauvignon Blanc. 2018 Duck Hunter. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I do think that when Ruben and Acacia get here, if they like wine at all, they should open one of these bottles of wine and drink it. I don't know what to do. There's not the right ingredients in here. I could use beer. Could use these Guinnesses, I guess. Alright, fine. Fine. God damn it. Could use the rest of this Maker's Mark, I guess. Or this Captain Morgan's spiced rum. Alright. Why don't I cash this Captain Morgan's and I'll put a Guinness in here and a Stella Artois. Good to have some alcohol in your pot roast. Beer is not really alcoholic enough to put in your pot roast as the main alcohol, so I think that having beer and rum together, strange though it might sound, I think that might make for a good liquid for the pot roast to go with, of course, the what do you call it? Broths. You gotta put a couple of broths in as well. Okay, I got the alcohol here. Now I'm gonna wash my hands. To wash my hands, I'm going to use water and soap. I'll teach you now how to wash your hands. Put your soap on your hands like this and smush it all around. Get the top and the bottom until you see these bubbles. Then put it underneath the water and rinse off all of those bubbles. Okay, then you're done washing your hands. Get a paper towel. And to make things a little easier on yourself, maybe try to stick this down properly. That's not proper. Dang. Well, that's kind of annoying. I want this to stick so that it can function as it's supposed to as a one-handed paper towel dispenser. That's what I got it for. Stick! Well, whatever. Sometimes you can't get exactly what you want in life. And this is one of those times. Alright, so these things, I'm not sure what they're even doing here. This is used to put water in the cat's water thing. I'll put this in the dishes. And that vase needs to go back in the tech closet where vases go. Next, I'm going to get out the crock pot. Alright, here's the crock pot. We're going to plug this in like now. Next, we're going to get the lid for the crock pot, which goes on top of it like now. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the main ingredient to put in first. Don't be a fool. Don't put your vegetables in first. If you put your vegetables in first, you're simply going to elevate the level of the meat above the level of the water or liquid. And then what's going to happen to you? Then what's going to happen? Then you're going to be like, oh, I should not do that again. Which is exactly what happened to me. So now I've learned, put the meat in first. Pro tip for making a pot roast. Put the meat in first. Also, get a piece of meat that fits in your crock pot like I did. Don't get one that's too big. Then it won't fit. Look how nicely that fits. It just fits right in there, right at the bottom. Okay. Next, the next thing you're going to do in this wacky experiment we call life is you're going to pour this rum on top of it. Might as well just finish it off. Okay. There goes the rum. But you're still going to need more liquid in here. And if you have available a cheap wine that you can use instead of doing these combo of rum and beer, you'll be better off. So we just pour that beer in there. Like that. Now, another beer might be too much liquid. I'm going to hold off on this right now. I may just end up pouring like part of it in there. Because we need to do the rest of the liquid first. And the rest of the liquid is called... Oh my god. Are you serious? Oh wait, no. We have to have it. Okay. For a second I thought we didn't have broth. Which would be ridiculous because the problem I have is every time I go to the store, I go, do we have broth? I'm not sure. I get more. And I didn't this time. So if we actually didn't have broth, that was going to just be insane. But instead we do. So here's the thing with these broth cans. You meow on one side, meow on the other side, and then it'll pour easy. Meow on one side, meow on the other side. We got two holes like that. And it just pours nice and easy. You don't have to worry about it glug, glug, glugging. Here's another pro tip that I forgot. Bring the trash can over to where you're working. Makes it easier to throw things away. Then we're going to do this with the beef broth. That first one's chicken broth. Second one's beef broth. I like to do one of each, you know. Now this time we will be adding an ingredient I don't normally add, but I got specifically. I decided to include this time. A can of diced tomatoes. Now if you want, you can treat it like tuna, gotta squeeze out the juice. You don't want it too tomatoey. You squeeze out the juice. See what I'm doing here? Pushing this down to squeeze out the juice. Squeeze out the juice. And then put the tomatoes in. Because you squeeze out the juice, it won't be too tomatoey. Oh, remember that you brought the trash can over here. Alright, next we need to get los vegetales, as they're called in Spanish. Or as we Americans call them, the vegetables. Your key ingredients, obviously, as far as vegetables go, are carrots. Ideally, you get the smallest carrots they have at the store, like this size. That way you don't have to do any cutting at all. You just put them in. So, I don't know if we need quite as many carrots, but we might. Like this one actually still has a thing on the end of it. Hey, carrot company, cut your carrots, for God's sakes. You're supposed to make these carrots ready to go. I shouldn't have to cut something out the end of it. Dear baby carrot company, you're in trouble now. Love, Aaron. I think you can handle all these carrots. I think you can. Maybe I'm being optimistic. Maybe I'm a dreamer. But you know what? I'm not the only one. Alright. Now, something else I want to get from the fridge before I move on, if I can find it. And that something is this. Minced garlic, fresh minced garlic. So, we're just going to get a cooking implement that I like to call a spoon. You can see the particular pattern, silver pattern, my grandmother chose, or maybe even her mother, I don't know. Alright, so garlic. We're going to take a handsome scoop, okay? A handsome scoop of garlic. This is really going to cook down over time. A little bit more. And that's quite a bit of garlic, but this cooks for such a long time that it's fine. All right, we'll put this garlic back in the fridge. And now, I'm not going to add any garlic powder in addition to all that garlic, but I am going to add some dried onions in addition to the regular onions I'm going to put in here. Put those dried onions in like that. Okay. Additionally, I'm going to put in a little bit of salt. I don't know if you can see that or not. Anyway, I put the salt in already. Not that much. Because we could salt it more later, yeah. Put some pepper in. Like that. Where did that spoon go? Here. I'm also going to get a scoop of mustard. Let's do that. A new jar of Grey Poupon. If you were to say to me, pardon me, but do you have any Grey Poupon? I would say yes, I do. I'm going to put this much Grey Poupon in. Okay. Because that's the right amount of Grey Poupon, that's why. And just kind of stir things around a little bit. Get the rest of the Grey Poupon off of the spoon mostly. All right, now set this spoon down right there and reuse that spoon for multiple purposes. I cut this plastic stuff off of the grape palm so I can throw that away. Makes it a lot easier to deal with. Okay, put that away a little bit later. Now, let's turn the camera this way so you can see what's going on. Excuse me, trouble. We got our cutting board here. I wouldn't exactly call it clean, but it's, I don't even remember what I was using it for in the dirty exactly, but it's fine. It's clean enough. So I'm going to get out one of these red onions here that I got at the store. Whenever you go into a pot roast, whenever you're walking towards a pot roast, there are some things you need to remember. Number one is you have a choice. In life, we all have a choice. And that's between 3 different color of onions. You could go white onion, you could go yellow onion, or you could go red onion. In this case, I've chosen red onion this time. I think red onion is the most flavorful onion of all of your onion choices. You want to chop off these ends. In this case, I got a bread knife out because I guess the big knife's in the dishwasher, so this actually works well on onion. Bread knife does. Once you get past the part you want to get rid of. Alright, there. Now this part of the onion is the part you keep. And you're just gonna chop it in 2. And take these, chop them in 2, and chop this in 2. Okay, leave that for a second. Chop this in 2, and chop this in 2. Okay. Now, I'll chop this in 2, this in 2, these ones in 2, this in 2, and we'll just chop this like this. Chop, chop, chop. Cut, chop, cut, chop. Chop, cut, cut, chop, chop. Okay. We'll just give the old cut-a-roo and follow that up with just a small amount of chopping. Adding to it some additional cutting. So we'll just chop and cut and chop until we feel like things are chopped enough. Now, because this is a pot roast and it's very slow cooking, we don't really have to worry if we have pieces that are a little larger than might be ideal in another context, right? And then, if you look at this cutting board, it's very intelligently designed. I can just go like this and push the things off into the crock pot like that. Isn't that convenient? But Eric, you proclaim, aren't you missing something important? Yes, I am. And that important thing is called potatoes. As usual, I got the smallest potatoes I could because you could think of a small potato as a big potato that's been already cut into 2 pieces, saving you some cutting time. Now, we're not going to use this whole bag of potatoes. We're just going to use that many potatoes. Let's take a look how many potatoes I'm talking about. This many potatoes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 small potatoes. You could say we've got a witch's coven of potatoes. Alright, as with the onion, we're going to use two different techniques when cutting potatoes. We're going to use chopping and cutting. Chop, 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 and then cut, cut, and cut. I hope you can see the difference between chopping and cutting. It should be obvious, but if not, I'll demonstrate more here, okay? Chop, and then cut, okay? Cut. Chop and cut, cut and chop. When you're in the middle of cutting and chopping, you need to, if you want to do it properly, most people do, I've kind of mastered it, so I don't need to do this necessarily all the time. But you should be saying what it is you're doing each time. Chop, cut, cut, okay? Cut, cut, like that. Now, chop, chop, chop. Now, cut, 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 cut. You see? You see? Are you learning? You can be practicing at home as well. And as you can see, I've got a bread knife here. Not a problem once you've mastered the art of cutting and chopping. Chop. See, I messed it up a little bit there because I didn't say the word in time with the thing I was doing. It would be a big problem for newcomers to the art of chopping and cutting. These are small enough. Alright, we're going to chop and cut just a little bit more. We're going to cut here and then cut instead of chopping, okay? Just for hell of it. And then here we're going to chop, okay? Here we're going to chop. There we go. Now, chop, cut, cut, cut. Just like that, okay? Cut, cut, cut. Just like that. Now, chop, okay? And remember this when you're trying it yourself. Cut, cut. There you go. And here, cut, cut. Don't try to cut too small of a piece. Then you're just causing yourself trouble. Chop, cut, 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 cut. Bam. Just like that. Chop. And then cut, 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 cut. Just like that. Chop. I'm putting on a master class right now of chop and cut. Cut, 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 cut. Chop. Cut, 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 cut. There. Now, let's take this over here. I'm going to put all of these potatoes into this. Now that we're done with chopping and cutting. Mr. Eric, this is too full. It'll never work. You're doomed. Oh, ye of little faith. Ye of little faith. That's not too full, okay? Not even at all too full. If anything, it's not even at all full enough. I'm going to put that on high. We're going to let that cook for about 24 hours. Okay, 24 hours. So you see why I didn't put the other beer in. It would have been too much liquid. Now it's time for put away time. We've got potatoes to put away, we've got an onion to put away. Let's put them away. First I'll open the fridge, which will allow me entry to this drawer entitled vegetables. Because it's entitled vegetables, I'll put vegetables there. You know what? Fuck it. Oh, this one's also vegetables. Alright, fine. Both those drawers say vegetables, so Might as well put both things in there. Okay, so what else do we have to clean up? Well, we've got this Grey Poupon to put away. This also will go in the refrigerator. As per. Yeah. And next, we've got a knife and a spoon. These implements are dirty. Dirty spoon, dirty knife. What are we gonna do? We could put them in the dishwasher. Sure, we could. But in this instance, we want to really clean up. Which means that we leave fewer things than we even started with. Throw those away. Throw that away. I declare these things clean enough. I will dry them with this drying towel. I'll put this away. Now, this goes back over here. This knife was already here before I even started, but I'm going to clean it too. I'll clean it with my cleaning hands and use this drying towel. It still seems like it's got little spots on it. This one I'm going to put in the washing machine, the dishwasher. There you go. And this little towel belongs over here. If I were really on top of my shit, I might even clean the stove top. I'm not that much on top of my shit. Wow. If I do this, I'm gonna get some kind of reward. For sure. Maybe a prize from the International Committee of Cleanliness? I don't know. Let's take a look. It needs to be cleaned, obviously. Whenever you make fried rice, you know you're just going to get rice all over the place. Because each rice is so small. That's why. Rice is like the glitter of food. That's not a title you want, obviously. You don't want to be the glitter of food. But he gets away with it by being so delicious. Oh, tiresome task. Come on, all you rices. Get out of there. I don't need this to be spotless. It's just gonna get dirty again. It's not like I need to impress Cameron and or Acacia and Ruben that much. I just need them to feel like there's no biohazards present, you know. That's good enough for me. Alright, so that's clean. The paper plate seems unused. I just put it back. I don't know what it's doing there. Paper plates go here. And one more thing I need to deal with, and that's this cutting board. So, let's take it to the sink, as per me, and let's give it a little washeroo. Okay? In order to do that, I'm going to get this thing wet, this little scrub brush, and get it wet with water. Next, I'm going to open up the soap, and put some soap on this like now. And I'll get it wet again, and I'm going to scrub this with the soap and the water, as per me. While I'm here, I might as well do the other side. Which I guess is the side you're supposed to use. I don't know. Maybe you could use either side. Both sides have little feet on them, so that suggests you can use either side of it. But only one side has gutters. One side of this has gutters. The other side has no gutters. What do I mean by gutters? These things. I think you'd agree that gutters is the right word for them. Is it better to use the side with gutters? I'm not sure, really. I'm not sure what to think about that. I used this side. Was I wrong to do so? Was I a fool from the outset? You might say, Eric, where does this go? And I might reply, good question. Where does this go? Here? Oh yeah, that's right. It goes down there on top of those other things. It actually has two things that fit in that hole that you can use as well. So one more thing I want to do. What is this doing here? I just put this in a. This is just Rachel's heating up a water cup. I just put it back in the All she does is that cup is heat up water for cup of noodles. All right, so the only thing left to do here as far as chewing doors is this. I need to put this in the tech closet, and I can put this back in the liquor cabinet. I could also put these things that Ruben and Acacia left in there, which look to me to be absolutely horrible beverages, but you know, to each his or her own. Okay, let's put these back with our pudding hands. What do you say? Okay, here we are back at El Cabinito de Licor. I'm going to put these back here as per mir. Close that. And oh my God, we made pot roast. I mean, it's not done, obviously. It won't be done for like a full day. And you know, if you keep it going in the crock pot, turning it off, then turning it back on sometime, you can definitely eat out of that crock pot for a full 3 days. Rachel and I will usually finish the meat, at least, in the crock pot. Okay, well, that was a long time without engaging the chat because I was so busy playing Eric's cooking show. I hope you enjoyed Eric's cooking show. I enjoyed it, and I'm pleased that I got something done. So let's go back up and see what's going on. Don't Lane, it's not silver. Am I Austrian, Jewish? I'm American. Okay, I'm American. John Schmidt. I'm gonna remove that horrible comment of yours. I'm going up and seeing where we are here, where I last saw. Careful, give us too much wine and Acacia goes into full butt cracks mode. I wonder what full butt cracks mode is. I have no idea what that might mean. What cut of beef is best for pot roast? Well, the thing about pot roast made this way is that it is it's good because you get the cheap cut of meat, right? And it'll get tender and super easy to eat and delicious anyway. So I got here chuck roast, I think it is. The intergluteal cleft or the butt crack. The intergluteal cleft. I like that. Have I ever snorted a line of cat litter? No, never have. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate it. I didn't end up using the Guinness. I used the other kind of beer instead. All right, there. I'm back to where I was. Eric styled me. Well, I got him with the forte, you know. When you beat someone so bad, you're just going for style points. Hilarious. You got some Hennessy? We don't have any Hennessy. Oop, make me a Long Island pop. I don't know, sure if we have the ingredients for that or not. I'm not sure exactly what goes into a Long Island iced tea. We've got whiskey and gin and maybe some other kind of liquor in there. Mostly it's beer and wine now. Oh, we got tequila. Yeah, I used Captain Morgan's. Beef broth. It does indeed require beef broth. Instructions unclear. I got my ear stuck in the disposal. Hi, Liz Dickerson. Hey, Smoked Bear Whisper. You do a lot of live here. Am I Smoked Bear Whisper? I like that name. I appreciate your nickname. I did not know I was Smoked Bear Whisper. Have you guys had the drink called Alien Secretion? That's what I used to have at the casino. Never heard of it. I agree, old fashioned. If I were going to drink, it'd be an old fashioned. And if they don't have the ingredients for it, then you order a whiskey sour. That's the way it works, everybody. Trust me, I spent a lot of time as a drunk. I don't want to make more mods, okay? I end up having more mods than I ever intended. Mods are, in general, troublesome. So, Rachel, of course, is obviously a mod because she's a talking with famous person. It's like our channel, you know. But yeah, I'm American. I do have German background if I'm gonna just not play around with the question. My family on both sides is German as far back as I could tell. But I've never gotten one of those "what race are you" tests that you can get nowadays. Ancestry 21.3233 and me. Like, what do you do? What if I wanted to get one of those tests? Which one did you get, Rachel? You got one, right? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know whether I am what I am. If it comes back and says I'm fluidly transracial, that would be fantastic. Okay, I can smell the heartburn through the monitor. So few people put mustard in their roast. Peasants, all of them. Well, thanks, Sean L. I don't necessarily always or usually even put it in, but I frequently think about it, and I mean sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I guess I want to, but I don't always remember to. Onions. Onions got in there. Some garlic got in there. That's right. We got a lot of carrots. We got some what do you call it? Potatoes. We got some pepper, some salt. As mentioned, the mustard. A couple kinds of alcohol. A couple kinds of broth. I wish we had a packet of ranch dressing, but we don't. Hey, old man, I am back, says Jafrid Ahmed. Hey, Jaffred Ahmed of indeterminate age. Welcome back. What did she? What did he say? Okay, don't talk to Rachel. I'm talking to Eric. um, this man lives in his own world. Yeah, don't we all? What's your guys' opinion on what the best full-size sedan is? Is it the Accord, the Camry, or another? In your opinion, I don't have an opinion on that actually. Camry, but only if made in Japan. Check the inside of the door and make sure it isn't made in Canada or Alhambra. Oh, Alabama. Alabama makes more sense than Alhambra. It's like there's not a car factory in Alhambra. Piping hot flanata. They are so small. It looks like a butter stick, flan, and little shrimp confetti wheel. A way too smooth meatball, a bowl of salt, and an optimism versus pessimism test. I have no idea what you could possibly be talking about, Sean L. That just confuses me entirely. A piping hot pinata is a pinata that's filled with piping hot flan. You think it should be called a cutting board moat, not a gutter. Okay. All right, fine. I'll accept that. What's your opinion on the LGBT community? My opinion is that people can do whatever they want consensually with their bodies, and it's not any of my concern, obviously. Yes, my last name is Strauss. You have taken 23andMe. Apparently, it's a business started by the guy who owns Google's wife. Someone owns Google's wife? JJ King says, "What's up, bro?" To which I reply, "Not much." How old am I? I'm 52 years old. 52 years. That's 5 decades plus a fifth of another decade. So, that's pretty old. Pretty old. That's why I need to use my walker to go outside and have a health tube. That's why I live stream all the time. I use this tripod as a walker so that I can successfully make my way outside. And now we're going to have a health tube. I don't seem like I'm that old, right? I mean, I guess it depends how you determine whether or not somebody's old. So, people comment on my age every single day. It doesn't bother me accordingly. I mean, not that it ever did, but I never placed any particular weight, for example, in any reality of looking young. I mean, I've spent years applying oil of Olay every day to my skin. What worry could I possibly have? That keeps my skin looking young, fresh, and vibrant. As young and fresh and vibrant as a Maybelline girl. I look as young and fresh and vibrant as Youth Dew smells. Youth Dew by Estee Lauder. The Mormon Church owns one of them, and they use it to baptize people who are already dead symbolically. They own one of what? Eric, you should go to a Master Chef or NS. I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, you mean like a cooking show or something? I'm not actually good at cooking, really. I only know how to cook certain things. I mean, I could do my best to make whatever ingredients taste good, I suppose, but I'm not sure I'd be very good at doing so. And I guess I go like, all right, what gross ingredient do I have here? Oysters. Well, I guess I'll deep fry them. What else are you gonna do with something gross like that? You know, I'll bread it. I'm not exactly sure how you even make breading, but I just like put some flour and some, you know, maybe some panko breadcrumbs if they have that, and I don't know, do you just roll it around in it, or do you have to add something else to it to make it stick, you know? Maybe add some little water to make it gooey to cover it up more. And then just drop it in some hot oil, fry it like that. Then maybe I'd do something like serve it with some kind of sauce, like, I don't know, like mix mustard with some olives, like mush up some olives and call it your olive mustard sauce or something. That's what I would do if I had a gross ingredient like oysters, you know. Because eating oysters was super hungry, you know. Like, okay, I'm gonna try to eat this thing, you guys. You're gonna try to eat that? Dude, we're not that starving. I am that starving. We haven't eaten in like 3 weeks. I'm gonna try to eat this freaking oyster. It looks like disgusting snot, dude. What are you doing? I'm sorry, man. I'm really hungry. And then they ate it. And they're like, I'm okay. Yeah, it was super gross, but I'm still alive. I'm fine. And that's how people started eating oysters. And they all agreed, well, I guess it does barely qualify as food. Nowadays, people think it's fancy to eat them. But really, it's just gross. Yes, not on rocks. Exactly. Some of these people who call you old may not even live to be your age. I know lots of people who died in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. I'm already a success story, right? Yeah. Kind of surprised I lived this long too. Nowadays, I try to keep it safe, keep it sane. But you know, I used to behave in lots of reckless ways. And when I think about that, it makes me sad. You know, thinking about the past in general makes me sad. It's mostly bad memories, memories of failures, just a lifetime. The good things, the accomplishments, the achievements, they don't have nearly as much memory resonance as the bad things, the mistakes, the regrets, the guilt, whatever. That's why I'm with Oprah. Just let go of your past. If I could just let go of my past, I totally would. I think it's a great idea. I just wish it were possible, you know. Reckless ways. Hold my beer and watch. Hope my beer and watch this wave. I'm sure you meant something a little bit different than that. I think hold my beer. Yeah, reckless ways. Just leave it at that. Reckless ways. Hold my beer. That's why I don't drink anymore. Alcohol made me make poor decisions. Well, such is life. I survived it and managed not to kill anybody, you know. So, good for me. Now all I got to do is figure out how to live the rest of my life. I think they should make like a Dawson's Creek for old people, you know. I don't want to wait for my life. They show like this 50-year-old woman being like, oh my gosh, Joel moved down the street and he's so dreamy. But instead of all going to school, they like, for whatever reason, all go to the same kind of like community events. They have some sort of thing that's like school that they all participate in all day long in some way or another. For some reason, they have homework. Sometimes they have to go over to one of their crush's house to do homework together, and things get a little steamy. Nobody would watch that show. They'd all be like, ew, old people, stop being all romantic or whatever. I'd probably be the same way. Of course, I don't want to watch young people being romantic either. I don't really like romantic shows. I can go for some romantic animes. Like the one I watched this morning, I like it a lot. And it's kind of a sweet love story. Or it seems to be developing into such. Oh, I'm not eating oysters, don't worry. I don't like oysters. I think they're gross. Should I call my sister-in-law for her birthday? Yeah, that's a most worthy a text, Rachel. Sister-in-law. Oh, you mean your brother's wife? That sister-in-law. Yeah, you should. Say, Eric and I wish you a happy birthday. We wish you a most blessed day on this, the day of your birth. God bless you, Eric and Rachel. I think it'd be funny if we started engaging with your family like that. They'd be like, did you guys get like born again Christians or something? Like, no. Same as always, just kind of, Christian-ish, I mean, we're Christian. Why with all the God bless you stuff then? I just keep assuming you're sneezing a lot, Were you not sneezing? I just operate under the assumption that people are mostly sneezing most of the time. So I engage. Can I twerk? Of course I can twerk. I'm known as the Miley Cyrus of twerking. Miley Cyrus isn't even known as the Miley Cyrus of twerking. I'm twerking right now, but you can't really see my buttocks because that would be too suggestive, okay? You can just see the front of me. I can also do the thug shake and the gritty. I do the gritty. It's on a grid because there's rows and columns, kid. Do the gritty. Like that. So, I can do all the hot dances. I can tell skibbity bombaclats from regular bombaclats. I walk around every day packing a gyat behind me. And obviously, I'm continually spewing Riz on everybody. So, yeah, I'm young, I'm hip, I'm with it, okay? I know which things are boss and which things aren't boss. No, Star Trooper, stop trying to sexualize me, okay? I am, in private, with my wife, a deeply sensual man. But in public, no sir or ma'am. I am professionally asexual, okay? I treat everyone the same. That is to say, not as a sexual object. And I would expect the same courtesy from you. I know that, sure, most of my milkshakes bring most of the boys to the yard. But I want you to pay attention to the milkshakes that don't. I want you to prioritize those in your attentional scheme, Eric, your gritty and accompanying song is fire. Thanks, Ruben R. I presumably that's how they do it, right? Where's my cat? My cat is over there. I will show you. And one of two cats, the cat you're going to see much more often. His name is Trouble. His way is trouble. Isn't he a noble beast? He looks like a noble beast right now. Eric, have you met any sociopaths in my workplace? You mean here at home with Rachel? No, I haven't. But you mean back when I was working in my workplace? Uh, well, maybe my boss at Kudos College Youth Leadership, she was very into converting everything into money. You know, she freaked out when one time I proved her wrong about her account of what had happened by bringing up an email from her on screen during a meeting. She absolutely freaked out. She was like, no, it went like this. I'm like, no, here's the email. See, it went like this. I told you then, I'm telling you again now, I already have that new curriculum. I don't need to make it again. That mistake wasn't because I lacked the right curricula. It was that I didn't send the right curricula to myself in China. That's Squire Bubblington's. Hi, Big Licks 007. You think deep down Melissa Talks is sexually attracted to you? Well, I can assure you, Admiral Mighty Buffoon, that the feelings are not mutual. You thought it was an ex-cop? No, I've never been a cop. I definitely have never been a cop. I'm more in the realm of defense attorney than cop. You know, I've not been a defense attorney either, but if you were to align me with one of the other side of that equation, it would be the defense attorney side. I kind of reflexively defend everybody. Yeah, okay, XD Tito. Can somebody remove XD Tito's ridiculous comment? I stream all the time, XD Tito. How many times do you think I've seen or heard that before? Like a billion, right? Literally 1 billion times I've heard that before. Okay, figuratively 1 billion times. But regardless, more times than I can easily count. And accordingly, not that it was ever a good idea or a funny notion or whatever, but it's just so tired and used up at this point that I really would prefer if people just gave up already on that silly nonsense. Oh, kitty, you need to be pet while you eat. Oh, I never put the trash can back. Get off of me, hair. God, trouble is such trouble that even his hair is just endless trouble. Will not get off of me. What time is it anyway? 2 o'clock. I think I could go up to the mailbox and see if the mail has arrived yet and determine if we need to go to Oakhurst today. Which I hope we do. That would be good if we did. Rachel, am I correct that your back is feeling better already? Seems to be. You don't seem to be walking around and going, ah, anymore. Or holding your back. Yeah, this cat is big. He's a super big cat. He weighs like at least 20 pounds. But you know what else, everybody? Everybody should know about this cat, and I hope it doesn't cause you to discriminate against him. My cat has AIDS. He got AIDS before we got him as a cat, you know. He was a stray. And when he was living a life on the street, he doesn't like to talk about it. But I think he engaged in a lot of unprotected sex and maybe even some unsafe use of intravenous drugs. And that's how he got AIDS. So anyway, like I said, he doesn't like to talk about it. But when he's eating, he never pays attention to what I'm saying, so he didn't even hear any of that. Huh?
Aw.
Oh, yes. Yes, you're Daddy's horrible kitty. It's you. Yes, it is. Oh my God, this morning he didn't like me sleeping in, you know. And
Yeah.
so for a little while, he tried to lie across I was like lying on my side. He tried to like lie across me perpendicular to it like a T, with half of his body on one side of me and half on the other. But I knew he couldn't sustain that, so I just stayed with the way I was. And eventually, he was like, oh, "Okay, fine. You're not getting up. I'll move back to one side of you." I agree. This is too uncomfortable even for me to sustain. Yes, you're a silly boy.
He is a silly boy.
But you have captured the love of our hearts.
He really has. He like spent basically all day with me yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was very nice.
I guess he wanted some mommy-son time.
Yeah, surprisingly.
He went to the mother-son dance.
Yes. We wore, oh no, what? It pains me to even say, we wore coordinating outfits.
Oh, good. You wore gray and white as well. Okay, let's start a GoFundMe account for the cat. Right. Well, he may be where he got AIDS from as well. It's possible.
Yes.
But like I said, he doesn't like to talk about it.
Good boy, Trouble.
All right, we're gonna plug this in with the pluggity plug. Let's find out what's going on here in El Chat. I was a cop in a previous life. I have to admit, sometimes being a teacher is a little like being a cop, at least on the investigative side when your kids are up to no good. Yeah, well, being a teacher, you have to be a little bit like a cop sometimes, but being a debate coach, less so. I have 7 kilograms of cocks. Good for you. That's a lot of cocks. I already twerked, Star Trooper, so stop it. Stop it. You're going to make me feel self-conscious. Have I had my daily donuts yet? Now, I really do need to eat some food as well. I haven't really eaten anything today, I don't think. Just had coffee. I don't feel hungry, but I do need to eat something. And a donut is a good suggestion. I think I'm going to follow your suggestion and eat a donut in a moment or two. So, if you're here right now, you're recognizing a warm feeling spreading through your chest and your body, and it's called happiness, because that's what this stream does. It is a one weird trick to always make you happy. We guarantee here, talking to famous people, that if this stream doesn't make you happy, you can have your time and attention back for free. A donut is bad for me? You must have mixed up the words good and bad. Rachel, so your back's feeling better?
Yeah, it is.
Good. Wonderful. I'm glad it didn't take long to fix.
No, I mean I'm like.
It's a little twingy?
Wobbly,
Little
yeah.
twingy? But better? Good.
Yeah.
Cool. Admiral Mighty Buffoon says I'm making pizza for dinner tonight. Good for you, Admiral Mighty Buffoon. I hope you enjoy your pizza that you make.
Maybe he was inspired by your cooking. What the heck is that?
What?
There was like a noise of like something bobbing around.
Where?
Above my head over here. Like in this hallway.
Is it Capillo?
It could be.
Might be Capillo, yeah. I did twerk. I only showed you the front of me though. I didn't show you the back of me. Crystal Miller is glad that your back is better, Rachel. Thank you, Crystal Miller.
Oh, thanks, Crystal Miller.
I feel glad as well. I know the pain and the suffering of having hurt your back. There was a time at work back when I worked with lifting people all the time. No RP21. I'm not going to say that. Well, I don't know why everybody is in the mood to sexualize Eric today. But you know what? I'm more than my profound skill as a dancer. Well, that was a good bong rip. I tell you what I will do for you. Instead of twerking, it's absolutely a fair trade. I'm gonna play the gritty for you, okay? I do the gritty. Do the gritty. Do the gritty. Do the gritty. Do the gritty, cause you're making a grid. Do the gritty, rows and columns, kid. Do the gritty with your fingers. Draw a grid, it will linger. Do the gritty. Do the gritty, oh yeah. Do the gritty. And that's the gritty song, okay? So I gave you that instead of twerking, and you should be thankful for it. And be grateful that I'm not playing a whole new world. A new fantastic point of view, which I do like to play sometimes. And that's that new trend called the gritty. That's where it came from. Kind of like my song Dancing Party Dance. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but I have another song that teaches you how to do a dance. It's called Dancing Party Dance, in which I do that dance in that video. If anybody's here who could find Dancing Party Dance and put a link up for the people, I'd appreciate it. Then they'd be able to learn how to do the Dancing Party Dance. Both the video and the lyrics teach you how to do the dance. The perfect dance for a dancing party. If you're planning a dancing party, you'll probably want to include Dancing Party Dance on your playlist, I would imagine. Why, thank you very much. I can't really see outside because I am blinded without my glasses. But thank you very much, Carl, is it? For your very generous donation. I appreciate it. So anyway, Dancing Party Dance is the name of the song. Instead of learning words, you should dance along. You do the Axl Rose. Okay. Health tube time. So down there, what we see is my shed. Let's look at it. There it is. Hiding behind the trees. What's in the shed, Eric? Oh, I don't know. A bunch of stuff. There's a cool woodworking table in there. There's a bunch of cool stuff in there, actually. But, you know, it's way down there. So, I don't go to the shed very often. Every once in a while, I'll go down there and play around with the stuff. There's no light in the shed, you know. So, it's not like I feel like running an extension cord down there. I could do that, but I could run an extension cord down there, put a light in there, and then I could really like clean it all out, reorganize it, or sell some stuff, or I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff in there. There's this one really cool, like, holder thing. It's got like a bunch of little drawers in it, you know? It holds a bunch of different kinds of screws and bolts and nuts and stuff like that. I don't know what exactly I'd put in there, although other than what's currently in there, but it seems like the kind of thing I'd prefer to have in the garage because it's so cool. But I've been here over a year now, and I have barely moved anything from that shed up here. The thing I have gotten from the shed on a couple of occasions, it had in there when I got it a bunch of extra old propane tubs, you know, the ones that you screw onto your torch, not big ass ones. So I've used those on a couple occasions, you know. There's lots of stuff down there. I don't really have it organized very much in my head at all. There's, for example, stuff that I have no use for, like change your own oil stuff. I'm not going to change my own oil. I need to go get my oil changed, but Mini Coopers burn a little bit of oil, so I just keep adding oil every once in a while, and it never gets overfilled with oil, and it keeps getting new oil, so maybe it's fine. I should nevertheless go get the oil changed. I need to schedule an appointment with this great mechanic we have in town who fixed my tire when I needed a new tire, and did the whole thing for cheaper than I expected and super fast as well. So I was pleased with that. And the reason we don't currently grill is because the only grill we have at this house is this little hibachi, which I put there on that weird square thing. I don't know what this is for. Like, what is this square thing here for? I have no idea. It says WB6DYW 2005. I'm not sure what it is, really, you know. But I just put no, we're not starting an OnlyFans, for fuck's sake. Jesus Cristo. People, stop making everything in life about sex, okay? Sex is not that interesting. It's just somebody putting a penis in something, or somebody having something put in a vagina, or both. Or other holes, you know. But the thing is, it's just basically, there's not a lot. It's not like music. You can write an infinite number of songs with just 12 notes, right? And different rhythms. But sex really isn't like that. It's kind of just variations on a theme, you know? Men these days. I know. Get your mind out of the gutter for 5 seconds, for fuck's sake. Can we talk about moss instead? Look at this lovely moss. Don't you just want to push it with your face? I do. I want to push this moss with my face. What's over there that's doing that? That's so weird. Look. Where's that? This thing? Here. Right over here. Right in front of that. That plant was just moving on its own. Oh, there it goes again. You see it? Let's see if I can get it in the frame better. Let's get a little closer. Yeah, it's one of these long ones right there. It's the one in the back. That plant starts moving on its own, like something's underneath the ground pulling it down. Let's see if it does it again. Keep pulling it. Make it go again. Why does weird stuff only happen when I'm not pointing the camera at it, you know? It's the law of paranormality. I swear that plant was totally like moving like it was moving itself under the ground, you know? But obviously something's under the ground pulling on it, I guess. Of course, now it won't move. How frustrating. I'm telling you, this plant was being very paranormal a second ago. I know. I know now it's not really very interesting to look at. But a second ago, it was moving on its own. It wasn't any wind or anything. It wasn't moving like a wind movement. It was moving like I'm wriggling around. Come on. Do it again. See, now everyone thinks I'm some sort of paranormal kook who believes in nonsense because you didn't get to see it yourself. But I tell you, that plant was moving on its own, and I think there's like a mouse underneath the ground pulling it down or something. I don't know why it would want to pull that plant down, but anyway, this hillside is not great soil to plant on, but this is where I'm going to plant weed back here on the hill. I wish that plant would start moving again. Come on, whatever you are under the ground. Don't you want more of it? Yes, you do. Pull it down underneath. Boo. It's just not going to cooperate. And you know, it's like I know the second I take the camera off of it, it's going to start moving again. You just know that's going to happen. It's just the way of paranormality. All right, well, here we go. I'm going to take the camera off of it now. Watch it start moving again right now. So I think I'll plant weed right like here, you know. It'll get lots of afternoon sun. I could maybe plant one over there as well. Or I could plant it, you know, anywhere along here. Plant it right there on the corner where it's kind of a hump of dirt. I want it someplace where it's going to get sun. If I plant it down there, it's just going to be too shady. It'll still grow, but, you know, grow better if it gets a little more sun. Obviously, I'm going to have to dig a big hole, put in a bunch of potting soil. Meow and meow. So, first I have to get seeds. Something hopefully we'll do pretty shortly. Let's go inside and let's get the key to the mailbox. Let's walk up to the mailbox. Let's check the mail. And let's see if we got anything of note in the mail. Shall we? Oh, I didn't go in this way, so it's locked. I didn't come out that way. I have to go back in the way I came out, or else the door will be locked. So, in this instance, that means I need to go in this way. Get away, little bugs. It's a bunch of little bugs right here. It's because that's where the water filter is. Makes it wet over there. All right. Read the donations. Okay, I will. There's actually no wildlife in the area. There's wildlife around here. We had wild turkeys earlier. Let's see what read the donations means. Does that mean that there was something in Carl's donation that needed to be read that I failed to read? If so, I will read it. Let me see. Okay, I'll read it. I'll read it. I can't read when I'm outside. I don't have my glasses. I mean, I can read some things some of the time, you know. Carl, get mogged, bud. You want me to mod Carl? Mogged? Shout out to my friend. I'm not going to read that, Carl. Sorry. Can I hunt some wildlife? I don't know what mogging is. I'm not vegan. I don't like to hunt because I just don't like to kill things, you know. That's where the hot singles are in your area. In the shed. Have you seen a bear in those woods? We have seen a bear on a couple of occasions. I want to share my essence with the one I love. W. Moss. Fuck that, I make love to cherished ones. Eric, can you play WAP on your guitar? No, I cannot. Yes, we've seen a bear on 2 different occasions, and I was probably had a face-to-face encounter with one on a third, but I couldn't see because it was pitch dark. Carl says, I focus just like that when the 30 Benadryl kicks in. What are we looking at, Grandpa? I don't know what you were looking at the time. Plants. Maybe it's a gopher pulling the plant. Maybe. Azara, can you please not constantly be sexualizing everything? Karoma says, hello again, Grandpa. 6th time you've been here. Karoma, welcome back for your 6th occasion. The reason you are here is because this is one weird stream to always make you happy. I wonder that too, Eric, but more when the squirrels do especially cute things. Oh, you're in my walls? Are you high? You are high. That's why. Law of paranormal phenomenon. That which is paranormal must remain undefined or it will transition to normal. True that. True that. Wise words, Jeremiah. Satan is under the earth, I heard. Maybe a rabbit? I don't think rabbits live underground like that. Casbah says, I fucking hate these people and the stupid channel. Well, Casbah, that's because you don't like to be made happy, okay? That's why. You don't like to be made happy. So, Ghosts are real. I had one get ectoplasm on my face one night. Schizophrenic arc has started. Underground rabbit. No, I don't think it's nonsense. Dig his ass out. I'm wishing to fall asleep. Don't rabbits have holes? I'm not sure. But I don't think they burrow that much, do they? Maybe they do. Who knows? Seems to me they like go inside of bushes, maybe. Casual hate watching for Casbah, yeah. KE's curtains are closed. That's important to note. Yes, there's wildlife in this area. And there's deers, there's wild turkeys, there's yeah, mew mew, etc. Right? I'm not going to say that shout out, Azura. Just deal with it. Do I edge or mog? I don't know even what mogging is. I have to Google that one. I've Googled edge before. I don't remember what it means exactly. Mog. W Riz technique. Is that with Riz technique or when Riz technique? See also Mog, Mew, W Riz, Rizzler. Okay. Mogging is a slang term describing the act of dominating another person commonly, but not necessarily through the means of appearing more physically fit. No, I definitely do not mog. I definitely do not mog. Can I play Outside Today by NBA Youngboy on guitar? No, I don't know that song. I'm sorry. I killed a spider yesterday. Whenever I do kill spiders, I think about how I might become one in my next life. Life is brutal, Rachel, says Jeremiah Fix. BRB, indicates Lou. It's okay, Rachel. Spiders don't stress over death. Well, they don't want it. I try to put spiders outside when it's not too much of a hassle. Sometimes I just put them, I just squash them. Sometimes I don't even do anything. OMG, he read my comments, says Big Licks 007. Carl, which wall are you in? I'm in the chair right now, says Carl. Edge. He double cheeked up on a Wednesday. I couldn't help myself. Yesterday there was a spider in the hall, so I moved it toward the door, tried to take it outside, smushed it. Well, you tried your best. Eric pout my lips and raised my eyebrows. I can do that for you, Carl. I'm willing to do that, okay? There. Okay. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, you mogged him by donating more. I see. I see. Hey, man, how you doing? Asks Jaffred Ahmed. I am doing fine. Regular, you might say. Normal, even. I will admit I'm probably getting a little fatigued. Oh, yeah, that's right. I know. I remember what I was going to go do. I was going to go check the mail. Check the mail. I have a bit of a plan. If we don't have to go anywhere today, I do have Canadian 279 from Missouri who wants to mention, of course, BBC. So thanks, Azura, for that. Good luck with your pursuit of BBC. Is that yucky Canadian money? Asked Carl. You know what, Carl? I don't think it's very nice of you to call Canadian money yucky, okay? It's still money, so I I don't know, Big Licks 007, why in the world Azura is constantly talking about BBC. None of us know. Okay? It's his shtick, I guess. I don't know. It's the thing he talks about or does or whatever. Azura says Canada. That's what the CA means. I normally associate CA with meaning California. But of course, when it's in terms of countries, it's Canada. Anyway, so thank you for the Canadian money. Thank you for whatever kind of money. Zara getting mogged. Okay. Thank you, Big Licks 007 and Carl. I am so sorry. I'm not sure what I'm sorry for, but you got $10 worth of sorry from me, okay? I guess this is the sort of thing that happens. It maybe happens if you live stream a lot and you start getting new people around. They have their own weird whatever going on with the super chats, and who could complain about that? Who could complain about that? Not me, obviously. So, oh God. Bank Licks 007 with $20. Mogging, again, one more time, just mogging the shit out of whatever. Because, he's like a professional mogger. C. Rizzler, CW Riz, according to when I Googled it. If you just Google Mog by itself, you get some chemistry thing. So, okay, well, this is great. Maybe as I proceed forward through the years, these sorts of things will periodically happen, all I got to do is hope that the existing architecture for YouTube, which is allowing vertical live streaming to be on the shorts feed, and I continue to get new people around here. Some of them are going to be like that. Well, it says a small round green bean, the tropical old world plant that yields the mung bean, commonly grown as a source of bean sprouts. But oh my God. No. That is ridiculous. How could there possibly be a word for that? That's so gross. W input. What's W mean anyway? What's that W stand for that you put in front of everything? All right. I'm going to Google this question. What does the W in WRIZ stand for? What's the W in WRIZ stand for? Winning or losing, WRIZ or LRIZ? What's light skin stare mean? Let's find out. What is light skin stare? Light skin stare is a TikTok culture term that refers to a racial stereotype of black men with light-colored skin staring seductively at people. Huh. Don't tell me somebody put another super chat. Okay, Carl, I'm not undressing for you, no matter how much money you give me. So you're just going to have to understand that. Anita, dick in me. Okay. I have not encountered that one before. Thank you, Anita, dick in me. You got me on that one. This is the first time I've encountered that one. Well, you got timed out by Rachel. But I do appreciate the fact that you successfully got me. It's rare that any of those things get me, but that one did. So, congratulations. Congratulations. Of course, it's a variant on the Simpsons joke. I should have gotten it because it's a variant on the Simpsons joke where Bart calls and says he needs to speak to Anita, last name man to hug and kiss. And then Mo says, I need a man to hug and kiss. Anybody? I need a man to hug and kiss. And then everybody in the bar laughs at him. Well, I just got caught with that. A man to hug and kiss. That's what it is. Thank you, Jeremiah Fix, for correcting me on that. The name is Amanda Hug and Kiss. Yeah, thanks, Sleazy One. Listen, you're obviously not going to get me now. Anita had the element of surprise. Right now, I'm anticipating it, so it's going to be pretty tricky to get me right now. And anyway, even though Anita got timed out, I'm still going to give Anita a wonder point. And today is Wednesday. Point values are doubled because it's been a long time since somebody got me with one of those. All right, so good for Anita. Now I'm going to go up to the, everyone's going to try to do this now. Now we're going to go up to the mailbox and we're going to check the mail and see if there's anything interesting. If there's not, what I have in mind for this afternoon, well, first of all, I haven't eaten anything at all. I should eat something. I wonder how Rachel feels about making me a salad. We're going to go up to the mailboxes. We don't have to go to Oakhurst today. Which at this point, frankly, I'm almost hoping we don't have to go to Oakhurst today. Then I believe Rachel and I have on the DVR a new Naked and Afraid to watch, which is a show we enjoy watching together. We usually watch it. You know, sure, you might object to it as unnecessarily including butt cheeks in my life, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a life that includes a few more butt cheeks than it otherwise would. And that's what you get when you watch Naked and Afraid. You get a lot of butt cheeks. But you know, I always have an opinion also on what they're doing, like where they pick to put their shelter, you know, what they're prioritizing, especially if they're doing something wrong. My TE critical parent comes out. That's not where you should put your shelter, you dumbass. Anyway, I'm gonna go get check the mail now. So you look this way. That way you don't see my health too. Well, there's nothing of interest in the mail. Looks like it's all junk mail, basically. So, yeah. It means I don't have to go to Oakers today. It means that we can, probably will, and definitely should watch Naked and Afraid. You might say, but Eric, why are they so naked and afraid? Well, let me tell you. It's because they've been dropped into the wilderness with nothing but a couple of little tools and their nude bodies to survive against the elements, the wild creatures. If they're in Africa, they have to make a boma. You know, have you ever made a boma? I've never had to make a boma, but if you do have to make a boma, guess what? Probably it's because lions are around. Do you really want to deal with lions? I don't think so. Can you? Do you know the way to San Jose? Let's see if I can. Right there. Do you see the stream? I think you can kind of see it this time. A little waterfall right there that you can kind of see. So, anyway, I keep trying to show you the stream, but it's hard to show because it's way down there. There's turkey shit here on these rocks now because the turkeys were here yesterday. I like the turkeys. They're very attractive, but I don't like turkey shit. It reminds me of peacock shit. And there's one kind of creature I'm not fond of. It's a peacock. Peacocks are the worst of the worst. These turkeys, they know you can shoot them, so they behave themselves a little bit more. Peacocks, they're immune to being shot for some reason. Oh no, you can't shoot a peacock. Why the fuck not? You know? They're horrible. You see my mom? Really? Do I yell at bears? No, I have no cause to yell at bears. Much more likely to yell at people on the internet than bears. I will burn some for you right now, Pimp J. First, I want to show Carl my actual mom, okay? Now, Carl, you can say that you see my mom. There she is. Jane Strauss. Dressed in some strange Victorian colored red dress. On a desk with nothing on it but a nameplate.
Not even a mug?
No, just her hands, her nameplate, and an empty desk.
Proper, prim and proper.
Yeah, well, it's, it's prioritizing tidiness. Hey, Cammoto, shout out indeed to the Arcadia Peafowl Hunting Club. I don't hunt anything, though. Yeah, I'm not fond of that 13%. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what you're saying. What 13% are you talking about? I'm not too liberal for hunting. I live in an area where a fair amount of hunting occurs. Rachel and I have gone out in our little wilderness car before and passed turkey hunters. You know, we passed probably a deer hunter up in the mountains who had, a rifle set up. It makes me happy to see that people are doing that. but I don't want to do it myself. I do have a rifle. I believe in the Second Amendment, all that kind of stuff. I just don't personally feel like shooting something that's alive. I'm not confident that I could kill it cleanly. Uh, I tried hunting my own food once, but they got mad at me at Walmart. No, Sleazy Juan, I have not. Unless you mean coq au vin, the French dish. Thank you so much, Rachel. You are a precious angel beyond compare. She made me this wonderful salad.
I hope you enjoy it.
I'm sure I will. Anyway, coq au vin, the French chicken dish, actually means cock and wine.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Old male chicken.
Cocoa Vale is chicken?
Cock is like old male chicken. Coq au vin is how you cook a chicken that's tough and old, like a male chicken.
Oh.
That's why it's called coq au vin.
What do you call cocoa vine then?
Coq au vin is cock and wine. I've never eaten peacock. When eat can you say Ohio? Ohio,
No,
Ohio. Why not?
It's like another slang thing that means something else.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, supposedly not good.
Well, I'll have to Google it.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, Ohio means good morning in Japanese.
Yeah, it does. Ohio.
Ohio.
Maybe I was just making that up.
That's not right. I don't know.
Claiming Ohio is strange?
I have no idea.
Well, we just said it a bunch of times, so. Oh, okay. Because Ohio is like.
Ohio means skibbity something? Good. Good to know. Well, if nobody really knows what it means, then I'm not going to worry about it.
No, don't worry about it. You were using it in its anime form.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't think I'm going to spend a lot more time live streaming today, but I will probably play the guitar a moment or two before I wrap things up. And I do believe that I'm not sure what baby grunt is. I'm sure that probably is also not good.
I just want to be you, Sigma.
I just get like normal stuff about babies
Yeah,
grunting.
Yeah.
It's still all about actual babies grunting.
It's like, must be very new.
Baby grunt slang TikTok. Still more about baby grunting though. I don't know. I have no idea what it means. I think he's just making shit up now to make me Google it. Do I remember you? Do I remember you? Do I remember you?
Oh my
Okay,
God.
Alex plays.
It's so
Yes,
weird.
I remember
How is
you.
there no one else with a wrench in here right now?
I don't know. I cannot play WAP. Okay,
Oh my
I'm not gonna
God.
shave my head. I don't know. I don't know Ram Ranch. Kamoto cannot wait to forget Alex. Okay, wow. I guess I will play a little something something on the guitar. Then I'll probably wrap it up. We'll probably watch a little Naked and Afraid, maybe take a nap. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that does sound good. No, I'm not interested in having even more mods than I currently have. Okay, I've got plenty of mods.
Yeah, he has plenty. That's why I'm so surprised that there's no blue in there.
Yeah, it is unusual. But you know what? That's a great sign that we have a bunch of new people in here, you know? Okay. Play a little song or two for everyone to enjoy. Maybe I'll make up a couple of new songs on the fly. And maybe I will play a couple of real songs as well. Maybe a couple covers, you know. If Boba Fett were here, I'd definitely play Parker Tart Lemon Squeeze. Since he hates it so much. But instead, I'm going to play Everyone Wants to Be Modded on a Wednesday. Okay? A new song I'm making up right now. It's going to go like this. It's going to be all jazz, okay? Everybody wants to be modded on a Wednesday. Wants to become a wrench having person. Wants to become important on a Wednesday. Wants to time people out and make them go away. And nobody really can say why. But everybody knows for sure they wanna be modded on a Wednesday. Everybody wanna be modded on a Wednesday. I got no profile on Grindr, that's a rough. That's not true, you know that is a bullshit. I got no kind of dating app at all. Because I'm married, so why would I also? Instead, everybody wants to be modded on a Wednesday. Perhaps if they were reserved, would not go away. Isaiah Rude made a video the other day, and he said he wanted to discuss the difference in addictions and stuff. That is just advice, you can have enough of that. That's a little pose. Okay, so that's new song number 1. Thank you, Sleazy One. Thank you. Now I'm going to play an actual song that's not made up on the fly. That one was made up.
Hey, Louis.
Hi, Lou. Welcome back. Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot to get the margarine tater tots. He's got a good idea for a name-changing business. Thinking now about what to call Christmas when they hire his firm to change that name. Gerald always thought there'd be chance enough to return and work left, but he'd get back to it eventually. But his visions piled up and his plans would interrupt all the work that started off so hopefully. Now his mind is back on his business, thinking of changing factless to listless. So how all the people will shout his name. And Gerald knows he understands ever more clearly now. He won't provide explanation regarding the why or the how. He'll see you and know you from inside your heart. Exciting, delighting, Gerald plays his part. And Gerald still knew there's too much to do. And he had dropped time in the underview. Too much to be but, so where now and what? Too much time spent nitpicking the skew with you. Gerald has a thought. Gerald has a lot. Gerald has a plot to get to Marjorie's tasty spots. He's got a good idea for a name-changing business. Thinking now about what to call Christmas when they hire his firm to change that name. Yeah, Gerald has a thought. It's wonderful today here in Mariposa. Thank you for asking, Anita. We appreciate your wonderful input. This song is for you, Anita, okay? If your last name is taking me, please don't name your daughter Anita. If your last name is taking me, pick another name for your girl. If your last name is taking me, please don't name your daughter Anita. If your last name is taking me, get your last name changed. What did they say? What did they say?
I figured just because of the name.
No, don't do that, Rachel. Come on.
It's only for 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. Thank you, Carl. Thank you. Instant classic indeed. So if your last name is taking me, please don't name your daughter Anita. It's just general courtesy to us all, I think. I think next I'll play El Nino My Ass. El Nino My Ass. You call those storms? Where is the rain? I drizzle them all out when I'm going out. When I pee in the sink, which is just the right height to catch all of the undesired splatter. And when I'm done, I'll go outside and climb a ladder. I will go up there and take me a bucket and pour water inside. And I'll say, hey, Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom. Hey, Mr. Cloud, don't you drop it from the bottom. Hey, Mr. Cloud, drop it from the bottom on me. Thank you, darling. You're a wonderful lady.
You're welcome. I'm
You're-
sorry that
Oh, it's okay, darling. You don't have to apologize. You just didn't really think maybe that Anita Dickinson was a serious participant in the chat. And I understand
No.
that. That's understandable, you know.
But honestly, I timed Anita Dickinson out for like 30 minutes and came back. So after 5 minutes,
Maybe
Yeah,
they'll come back again. Who
yeah.
knows? It's possible. He's Gregory. in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory. In disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory. In disguise, he hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied the chance to yell at them. And so he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. He hates the lies, wants to confront the men, always telling them. But every time he tries, they only run and hide. Again he is denied the chance to yell at them. Until the bridge brings a new approach. Sneakily he'll try to encroach upon the guilty, then perhaps he'll get the chance to yell at them. He's Gregory in disguise, hands in his pockets. Now he's walking down the drive, averts his eyes. He doesn't want you guys to realize that he's Gregory in disguise. Thanks, darling. Messed up one part a little bit, but you know, such is life. Oh, look at that. Let's go outside.
Is it raining?
It's doing something.
Hail.
Let's go see the exciting world of outside. Wow. Look at that. Isn't what I call the exciting world of outside. You see the hail?
Wow.
The hail of falling like Rome at the end of the Roman Empire. I've got hail on a sunny day. Look at me. Look how bold I am. I'm not afraid of a little hail. Oh, you can't see me that way. I'm going to show you how I'm not afraid of a little hail, okay? You're going to see a real man here who's not afraid of a little hail, okay? I'm not afraid of a little hail. I don't care if I got little balls of snow on me. I'm tough. You can't scare me, hail.
Wow, this is pretty big. This is the biggest hail I've ever seen.
What is that about that big?
It's pretty, well, I mean, I haven't seen hail bigger than this.
It's pretty big for around here.
Yeah.
So you go down to like Tornado Alley, you get hail like golf ball size hail.
Really?
Oh yeah, hit your car or shit like that.
Did that
It's
happen to
just
you?
little hail. I like standing there. It's nice. Makes me feel like a kid again, you know?
You look like a kid.
Standing in the rain.
It just feels like very big rocks.
Yeah, it's just little snow rocks, that's all. So I hope you all got to enjoy the sight of Eric standing in the hail. That's the kind of exciting content we bring you here and Talking with Friends people. It's not just going to be a bunch of boring talking all the time. You're going to get to see weather.
You really do. And animals.
Well, you get to see the cat a lot.
The cat, they get to see the cat, the squirrels.
The squirrels, the blue
the
jays.
birds, yep.
And right now, you can see a lot of hail. It's covering the rocks over there with white stuff. Those white things are hail. So that's cool. We got a little bit more precipitation. Of course, what does that mean? I'm going to have to push water. Where? Right over the top of the driveway.
No!
Again.
Did you do some water pushing recently?
Yeah, I just pushed it like yesterday or the day before.
No.
That's okay. You know, I don't mind water pushing. It's not that hard to push water. It's good exercise. I noticed as I was driving by the Jersey-Dale Ranger Station the other day that they have that road open now. It was closed for a while, but they have it open now. So, you know, if Ruben and Acacia want to use a little wilderness car or Cameron or all of us or whatever, that road's available.
That's all of us. That'd be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun. I agree. We could go up to the mountains, and what I want to do is I want to find some old mining camp or something like that.
I know, we've been searching for one, haven't we?
Well, not exactly, but I've been looking at a lot of YouTube stuff lately where they find some old abandoned place and go
Cool.
visit it. It makes me want to do the same. Makes me want to look on Google Maps at our area and see if I spot something and I'm like, what's that? That looks man-made or whatever out in the woods. And we could go try to find it. Just like the people on YouTube do. Like real YouTubers. And we could be like real YouTubers ourselves.
I have to be careful. I mean, I have to just,
We all have to be careful all the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
And that's fine. I don't want to do anything reckless. Obviously, if I'm tackling some like steep hill kind of a thing, I'd probably leave you back at the car, you know.
If that's okay.
Of course, darling. I wouldn't want you to engage in anything dangerous. But now this looks more like rain,
Yeah, it does.
less like hail. But either way, it's a form of water, you know.
Which is good for California.
Yeah, it's all H's and O's. It's all H's and O's.
Good science.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say, what's your address, but you can't say that.
Who's asking?
Big dog mofo. I'm not going to tell you what my address is,
No.
but it's very easy to figure it out if somebody wanted to figure it out. You're not welcome to just stop by my house, anybody. So, you know, there's that. All right.
Thank you.
And please do not do so.
Yeah, don't.
Don't just stop by my house. Not that it's easy to get here, especially. It's very back in the way back. And that provides me some sense of protection from people meowing. You know, I'm not going to turn into an urban explorer, but I like. I was watching the other day and enjoying this one video by this guy who he saw this big kind of like white square thing out in the woods on Google Maps, and he wanted to go see what it was. You know, so he went back there. We also have this brisk teas right there, Richard, for future reference. For reference, yeah. You got a lot of drinks. Okay, we'll watch you eat. God.
I have to get Phoebe more food.
Isn't there a plate right there?
Yeah. I feel like she should come down to eat.
Yeah, well, then just let her come down to eat.
Yeah, I
We
will.
don't need to put food.
I know. I was spoiling her. It's good for her to come downstairs.
Yeah, and we need to, and I'll be here to support her against trouble.
Yeah.
I almost got a squirt bottle at the supermarket yesterday. They also have certain kinds of trash cans at the supermarket, by the way. I didn't go to the hardware store, obviously.
That's alright. You did great. I mean, forgot that you were gonna go anywhere else but the supermarket.
You're a very good kitty, and I'm petting you a lot. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I was petting him, and then he like, but I didn't stop petting him.
Give you the I'm gonna bite you thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys. Doesn't the kitchen look clean?
It
Look at
really
that.
does. You did a really good job.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Whoa. Whoa. What was I saying? Joey Lawrence should play John Travolta
Oh my God! Yes.
in the John Travolta biopic.
He's like born to play that.
Whoa, look at me strutting here. I'm John Travolta. Oh, Joey Lawrence, whatever happened to you anyway? Are you still an actor? Do you still say, whoa? I wonder if Joey Lawrence still says whoa. It's a good question.
Because if he has like bad memories with it, then maybe he doesn't. You know how like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might be like mad at it. Like, I can't believe I got stuck with that stupid catchphrase.
Or he could be like, yeah, you know what, that was my money maker.
Yeah,
so.
I'm the whoa guy,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You want to come up here and sign an autograph? I'll say whoa for you. It'll be great. It'll be like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
It is.
Oh, kitty.
Oh, kitty man. 20 pounds. He's probably 20 pounds plus.
I think John Travolta should play Nancy Kerrigan in the movie version of Nancy Kerrigan.
I can't take it. No.
Gets her
He's
knee.
gonna be.
Gets her knee hit, right? Yeah. Oh, whoa, ow, my knee. Why? Oh, God, why?
Oh my God.
Who's the other lady in that? Nancy Kerrigan and
Tanya Harding.
Tanya Harding, right? I think maybe Tanya Harding could play herself. I can't really think of anybody else
That
who would
would
be
sell
Tanya
so
Harding.
many tickets. I think that would be Barbie.
With John Travolta as Nancy Kerrigan
Yup.
and Tanya Harding as herself.
Yeah, you don't like water.
Inside, outside, make a choice.
He doesn't mind water, like at all.
Well, he'll go out when it's freezing cold out in the middle
Yes,
of the night.
that's
You
true.
know,
He will.
he's a weird kitty like that.
He's a kitty patrol.
Yeah, well, he does a little patrolling, but mostly just patrols inside these days, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know that.
We don't need him to patrol. So, Cameron, you're coming up Friday? Is that the day you're coming up? Jeff Gillooly. Yeah. With Tom Hanks as Jeff Gillooly.
Tom Hardy is Tanya Harding. Oh my God, I really want to see that movie.
Yeah, it sounds good.
It really does.
I think we should maybe like mix a few different celebrity scandal kind of things like that into one movie. So, you know, in the same movie, Mike Tyson will bite Evander Holyfield's ear off.
Okay. And who's gonna play Mike Tyson?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
No.
Yes. And Evander Holyfield will be played by The Rock.
Yay! Cool. See you Friday.
All right, cool. See you Friday, Cameron. The Chinese do eat a lot of different things. What do you mean by that racist comment, Bob? Yeah, Bob. Gosh. A true observation about a nation's people. What could be more racist? No, he wouldn't be in blackface. He'd just act like Mike Tyson. Yeah, you know, everybody's got a plan to punch him in the face. like that.
Maybe it'll surprise some people.
I-
They won't realize that he's playing Mike Tyson until he bites the advantage. Or
He's such a good actor that won't be until the credits at the end they realize, wait, that wasn't Mike Tyson? Whoa, 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 Sleazy Juan. Okay, we're gonna get Aquafina to play a role in this movie as well.
Ooh, she's really versatile.
Yeah, we need to include another kind of controversy like that. I'm gonna say
Tila Tequila.
I don't know what happened there. Tell me.
Tila Tequila.
Yeah, who's that? What happened?
You might know her from the late 2000s. She had
That moderator is also my wife. She already acknowledges
oh my
that
God,
she may have
being
gotten a little.
Karen.
She may have gotten a little Karen-y in that moment, but she's not naturally that
I
way.
told you they would come back though.
Yeah, she was right about that.
Your name is inappropriate.
Robert Downey Jr. pulled it off.
Oh yeah, he did in
Oh yeah, in Tropic Thunder.
yeah, he did.
Yeah, that was
No one ever
well done, very well done.
Yeah. No one ever said anything about that movie and him doing that 'cause he did pull it off so well. So I guess if Robert Downey Jr. did it, Benedict Cumberbatch can do it.
Mm-hmm. But who's this Tila Tequila?
Oh, let me get I'm just saying as a suggestion. She had a reality TV show. This is her tame. She looks very tame. She's a MySpace person.
She looks familiar, but I can't think of anything she's been in or anything.
She had a date Tila Tequila show.
No, I'm not vegan, Zara. High trouble. You don't want any of this salad. What about that lady who dated Max Miller and painted herself black for Vogue? I don't know who that is. Okay, so I think included in this movie also should be the short-lived either beef or alliance, I don't remember which, between Lil Tay and Bahad Baby.
Yes.
No, I mostly don't eat salad, but sometimes I feel like one.
That's gonna be good for Daddy's poops. No, he doesn't only eat salad.
Like,
He eats cup of noodles too.
I eat a cup of noodles. I eat lasagna that has, I don't know, probably beef in it.
I don't think so. I think it's cheese, but it might have beef in the sauce.
Mm-hmm. Occasionally I'll make hamburgers. Right now I'm making pot roast. Yeah, there was some shit going on with that. It was falsely announced that they were dead. What are these numbers you're saying? Oh, your Clash of Clans player tag, I see.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Big dog on the fall.
Let's go look at it real quick. But after that, I'll probably wrap this up. Smells good. Starting to smell good a little bit, you know. It's okay. That's going to be it, everybody. Thanks so much for being here. We love you all. We'll see you later. It's a big pot roast, Israel. So there's also a lot of carrots and onions in there as well, but it'll be good. We don't have to eat all the potatoes. I usually eat all of the pot roast out of it, and then we throw away some of the vegetables at the end, you know. Anyway, thank you all for being here. Goodbye, good night, and good luck. I'll see you again probably tomorrow. I usually do live stream. Cameron, I'll see you here on Friday. Bye, everybody.